Hey Libra, Healing Grasshopper, here to do your beginning of June 1st to the 7th reading. Whoa, got cards already? All of these R's? No. Any of them? This one. This one? Any of these? No. Okay. Reversed, King of Pentacles, Libra. Reversed? Okay. Already we have on our way to material gain. We are tired. We are exhausted. So I'm going to tell you right away because this is right out the gate, the way you're feeling, and I'm going to tell you right out the gate. You are one of many, 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 not just Libras, but other sun signs as well, where, Pluto and Capricorn that we just came out of in this past November, that was with us for 20 years, has been really having us all spin our wheels. Um, There is also what I've been talking about, the end of the Kali Yuga. It is it's a spiritual cycle that we've been going through for thousands of years that has just ended. Okay, so we are right now in a transition. You know, um, I just had the buffering circle just come into mind. Where we're loading into a new paradigm. How long this is going to take, I can't tell you, but I can tell you that I feel very, very strongly that we are entering a new paradigm. The other thing that I talk about a lot is are the stations. Okay. So this might sound familiar to those who follow me that I've been having this reoccurring dream of being in a station. And before I was really alerted to the whole Kali Yuga thing and um, the Pluto and Capricorn, because I believe in astrology and I follow astrology, but not really intently. I don't look every day and that kind of thing. And there was a time where my life was so hectic that I wasn't paying much attention to it. So, and then, sometime last year I was really paying attention to it, especially because difficult things were happening in my life. And I was like, let me go look at the astrology and see what's happening. Anyway, I say all that to say that before I was paying attention to Pluto and Capricorn and the Kali Yuga and everything, I was starting to have these dreams of a station. And, it's different, but every time, like there will be different people in the station every time or whatever, but it's still a station where I am going somewhere and it feels very much like a permanent place, like a moving somewhere instead of a vacation. And that there were a bunch of people that I know in that same airport, and sometimes it's a train station that they're also going places, but not getting on that same train that I'm getting on. So, what am I saying here? That there has been a theme in my psychic awareness, in my intuitive awareness of a transition. Um, and in the past 2 years, or maybe year and a half, it's becoming more and more apparent in my own mind, my own life, and the readings. Um, Go, if you guys have a minute, go look in my community section. There's a post. I put up a poll about do you have dreams about being in a station? I'd love to hear from you because, I put it up a while ago, but no one really paid attention to it. I really wonder what other people are experiencing. Anyway, I'm sorry, Libra. You focused on your situation. All of this means that what I'm doing is addressing this card really, is the Nine of Wands is all about what I just talked about. This transition, this moving through a portal, entering a new paradigm in where the paradigm that you were in previously was very difficult and you're kind of exhausted in your journey and you're wondering when you're going to get some relief. This hangman is ours. Okay, yeah. Goes here. Yeah. Are these ours too? Like this? Okay. So hangman is referring to what we're discussing right now. My effort in bringing this to your attention and changing your perspective in your exhaustion, right? You feel like, oh, I'm exhausted. When is this going to improve already? And you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. The hanged man is like, look over that way, there's the light, kind of thing. So kind of alerting your attention to, excuse me, to uh, how and when things are going to improve for you. The Eight of Wands is saying things will start happening faster than you think. Okay, and I was just asking Spirit here whether, because sometimes this can be overwhelmed, but I feel like no, this is because it's under the King of Pentacles. Yeah, this is not representing overwhelm here. This is saying things are going to be happening quicker than you think. Look at the King of Wands in the middle of your reading here. This is you pursuing what you want. And look at he's facing the Eight of Wands here. The King, did I say King of Pentacles? I did say King of Wands, did I? Anyway, King of Wands. Um, this is kind of like you're exhausted, but your efforts are not in vain and they are about to produce some gains. So what else do we have for Libra? Well, is this ours too? Here? Yeah. Reversed. Ten of Pentacles. Libra, it's coming. Yeah. Two of Swords, you have, this is your interjecting after I said, Libra, it's coming. You're saying, I don't see it. That's okay. You will. And look, it's right under the Eight of Wands that's saying this is going to happen as soon as you think. And this is your skepticism here. Like, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. Nine of Pentacles. I'll believe it when I see it. This is, yeah, but everything's going so slowly. It's okay. It's happening. Because Nine of Pentacles is slow progress, but steady progress. You're, yeah, this isn't reversed, is it? No. Three of Wands is the waiting for my ship to come in card. But it's also about a choice that you've made that you're directing attention to and the efforts that you need to continue making to get what you want. There's a blend of, passive waiting here and action with Three of Wands. Ace of Swords reversed? No. This is inspiration, downloads from the universe, but it's also you at some point very soon starting to see what I'm talking about. You're going to come out of this Two of Wands feeling. Reversed? It is reversed. Five of Pentacles. You feeling like you're left out in the cold, there's no end in sight. Right. I know you've heard the story again. I'm going to tell you again. I mean, you've heard the story before, but I'm going to tell you again. That they're outside of a church here. They're outside of sanctuary. But there are struggling outside of the church, like self-inflicted suffering. And it's reversed. So it's really like super misguided. Like this is saying you're overreacting. And then your gratitude. I just heard gratitude really loud. So the focus of gratitude. Here's another thing that has been a theme too. I've been telling a lot of signs. Is Joe Dispenza. He's helped me quite a bit because I am very familiar with this feeling that you have, Libra. I've been dealing with it for several years. I'm a Capricorn sun, and believe me when I tell you, Capricorns have been dealing with what you're dealing with times 1,000 because we are children of Saturn, and Saturn puts us through it. And Capricorn is a sign of suffering early in life. Things are not easy for us ever. We have to really put our nose to the grindstone to get the tiniest things. And for a long time too. We Capricorn, we are in this energy like almost our whole lives. The goat is climbing this cliff at almost tirelessly, but there are times that we're on a little ledge and we're like, for Christmas sake, I know this feeling, but coming from a Capricorn, you got to keep going. Keep going. You're going to get there. And not just because I said so, because Spirit said so. You're making slow but steady progress, yes, towards material gain. It is there for you in your path. You just have to be patient and you've got to get out of your own way as too. The negative thinking can sometimes produce negative results. It can lead you astray and have you kind of making the wrong choices in life that kind of delay you towards your blessings. You understand what I'm saying? So focusing on gratitude, I was just saying before that spirit shouted at me. Is a practice that I do in my own life. That's pretty much what this candle is about. Gratitude. It's a reminder to focus on gratitude. So when we focus on gratitude, we tell the universe that we're thankful for the blessings that do come to us and we want more of it. And if we complain about the things that we don't have, we're going to get more lack. I know that's not a new concept to you. You've heard it before. Just reminding you. Do we have tarot clarification? No, advice cards. Going straight to advice. Higher self. You have two higher self. There's one. And two. Yeah, failure. For sure. The fear of failure. We have freedom and the fear of failure. Yes. God. Spirit is turning my thoughts inward to my own life right now. I kind of feel like it, the failure first and then the freedom, right? That it's like, when am I going to be free of this anxiety already? So, hold on, let's see. Yeah, I feel like the freedom blurb in the higher self book we need to read. Freedom. It is this spiritual freedom which cannot be taken away that makes life meaningful and purposeful. Have you been feeling as if you are stuck under the submission of another person, forced to remain at a joyless job, or do you feel obligated to fulfill the expectations of family rather than follow your dreams? Have you been feeling a major sense of constraint when it comes to speaking freely or even thinking freely? Your higher self comes to remind you that you have the power of choice and that restriction is an illusion and that is a result of limited thinking, right? We were talking about this. You have the power to chart your own direction, choose your own path, and create a meaningful life. Sit down and think of all the things you desire to do and desire to change, and invite your higher self, so important, to help show you the way. Many people believe that they must submit to the will of the world, and the way of the world is to comply and fall in line. However, the will of the Spirit is more powerful, especially when it is free. You are being asked to expand your thinking. You may have fallen into a trap designed by the ego's thought system, which is negative and fear based. This thought system will have you believe that you are helpless and powerless to make changes aligned with the will of your heart. Your higher self wants to remind you that you are spirit. Therefore, you are powerful and capable of freeing yourself from the circumstances, but you must believe and trust. Take at least one step forward, feeling yourself from freeing yourself from a job you would like to change or from a relationship that no longer serves you. Be brave enough to speak freely and share your ideas and your truth without guilt. This will help you feel free. Once you take these steps, you will remove the chains of restriction from your life and celebrate the freedom that is your birthright. Very good advice. Thank you, Spirit. Okay? You are not helpless and you are not stuck. You are on your way. There Remember, I said that the Three of Wands requires some effort. Some of that effort may be removing some things from your life and making some changes on your journey forward. Okay? I'm looking forward to hearing from you in the comments section. Let me know how this resonates. Um, I answer every single comment, so I can't wait to see you there. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs, so every single one is very much appreciated, and I thank you in advance. I will speak to you soon, Libra. Love, light, and many blessings.